physical contest played to their advantage. They out-rebounded Stanford in that game by 12, and I think that's going to be a storyline here in this game, an area where Cal really struggled in their last performance.
Opening tip controlled by the Irish. Cal going with the gold, navy blue for Notre Dame. And this late start from the West Coast. I should point out that with the 47 points in the win, that was 2 fewer than the Notre Dame football team scored at Stanford late in November. Across the key, and it rolls in for the freshman Jalen Haralson.
No surprise to see Coach Shrewsberry go to his freshman Haralson there in the post. He has a big size advantage. A little surprised to see Mark Madsen not look to double team him on that first play.
Here's John Camden from deep. Missed a 3. He had a rough night against Louisville. Lost out of bounds. It stays at this end with Cal. But the Golden Bears need John Camden to make shots. He just was 1 for 7 from 3, 1 for 10 overall against Louisville on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, Cal in their stretch starting the season 12-2 was one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country, both in terms of total makes and percentage. As Dai Dai Ames knocks down the 3 from the corner, and that's a good sign for a Cal team that has really struggled with slow starts throughout the year.
45% on his threes, and Ames gives Cal the early lead almost a minute in. Starting 5 from Micah Shrewsberry and Notre Dame across the bottom, and again playing without Marcus Burton. Their star point guard is a 3 off the mark from Braeden Shrewsberry, the son of the head coach, and Cal with the rebound.
Yeah, Mark Madsen making a change there, double teaming Haralson as soon as he got the ball in the post. Unfortunately, couldn't knock the 3 down. 3
rims out for Dai Dai Ames, and the rebound pulled down by Notre Dame. Irish have won 2 straight road games. It spins out Shrewsberry having a tough road trip. He was scoreless at Stanford and 0 for 2 to start his night. Justin Pippen and 1.
I think one of the big strengths for Mark Madsen's team is Dai Dai Ames playing alongside Justin Pippen. Both of them have the ability to beat their defender off the dribble and draw contact. Pippen does that so many times throughout the course of the game, especially in transition, putting his head down, trying to create the contact.
And 1 for Justin Pippen, the LA native, the Michigan transfer. And the son of the Hall of Famer, Scottie Pippen, comes up empty at the free throw line. And saving it, but right to Pippen was Logan Imes. John Camden short on the 3. And the long rebound, Braeden Shrewsberry for the Irish.
And that's 2 plays in which the Irish had an easy rebound, only for it to go off of their hands out of bounds or throw it directly for the turnover. The Irish have a tendency to make these games ugly, but early on, having some struggles closing the rebounds.
Well, so much more, Austin, on the plate of Jalen Haralson in the absence of Marcus Burton.
In 3 of those 5 games, he went for 20 points or more. He is now the primary focus of opposing teams' defenses, and he is having the ups and downs that a freshman in that situation you might expect. Doing very well offensively at times, struggling with shot selection and turnovers as well.
And Haralson, part of this heralded freshman class for Micah Shrewsberry, ESPN's national recruiting director, Paul Biancardi, had Notre Dame's class ranked 9th of the incoming freshman class into college basketball this year. The Fighting Irish had 3 top 100 prospects, including Haralson, the McDonald's All-American.
And it's funny, you know, as you bring in those freshmen, so much of that is still dependent on Howard, your leading scorer, that now you are without, and you have to shift a little bit and find other ways to be effective offensively, and it's going to be a little bit of a process.
Offensive rebound, Carson Tout. Here's Haralson driving baseline. Powers his way up inside, and Jalen Haralson is all 4 for Notre Dame.
Yeah, and that's just a big size advantage there against Bell. Bell only 195 pounds, and Haralson just able to put him under the basket for an easy 2.
Here is Pippen. Shot clock down to 10. Dai Dai Ames way out top. A step back from Ames. Way off on the 3. And Jalen Haralson grabs the rebound for the Fighting Irish. Here is Haralson trying to back his way in. Logan Imes starting for the 2nd straight game after coming off the bench each of the first 13 for Notre Dame. As a 3 in the first career 3 for Jalen Haralson, who was 0 for 10 from deep prior to that make.
Yeah, I really like the patience of the Irish on that possession. They didn't force things when they were being double teamed, but you said it with Haralson. We watched shoot around today. Mark Madsen told his team, close short on Haralson. Don't let him beat you off the dribble. Make him make that shot, and that's exactly what he does from the corner.
Pippen launching a three, and that one rattles out on the rebound grab by Notre Dame. And Garrett Sundra steps into a three. Sundra in and out, and the rebound, Dai Dai Ames pushing for Cal. Syracuse transfer Chris Bell. Here is Lee Dort inside. Had it stripped, got it back. Off balance, left it short. Lee Dort one more time. Had it poked away, got it again. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Dort muscles back up. Another miss, another offensive rebound. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
I think Dort had the ball in his hands for 20 seconds in that possession. I actually think he got tired and considered kicking it out to the perimeter, but he does not get the ball in the offense organically. It's like they have to intentionally remind themselves to get it to Dort, but when they do, good things normally happen.
Jalen Haralson again a three. He has all 10 for Notre Dame.
I mean, how about that? I mean, as good as he has played offensively, the three-point shot has kind of been the question mark for him, but he gets one to go, the confidence, and steps up and hits another.
0 for 10 prior to tonight. He's made 2 in the first 5 minutes. John Camden, too strong, and the rebound batted free, and Braeden Shrewsberry tracks it down for Notre Dame. Carson Tout, the grad transfer from Northern Arizona who led the country in rebounding last year, as Braeden Shrewsberry nails a three, and it's Notre Dame by 6.
Mark Madsen unhappy on the sideline. Substitute coming in, likely for Bell. We mentioned the shoot around. Run Shrewsberry off the three-point line. Anytime he touch it, make him a driver. And Bell a little late on that closeout, and Shrewsberry needs no time.
Here's Bell on the drive. Bell to the bucket, and he's hammered. And Chris Bell will go to the line. The foul is on Jalen Haralson. But the Fighting Irish, only 47 points on Tuesday.
Going to help, but now that you can hit down the three-point shot, you have to get up and on to Haralson. That quick first step, he's going to get by anybody. I don't think it was really a question of if that was something he could add to his game. Just a matter at what point he would start having confidence from behind the line.
One more for Chris Bell, a 90% foul shooter, as Notre Dame on an 11-2 run until that free throw made by Bell. But Haralson, the McDonald's All-American, and look, he had 13 points. He led Notre Dame in scoring at Stanford on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But the most impressive number to me, Austin, was the 9 fouls drawn by Jalen Haralson in that game.
Yeah, I think anytime you see freshmen at his size that look for contact is a really good sign. So many players avoid it. They look to drive and kick. The more you can get that defender on their heels, get them up in the air, get to the foul line, you have so many different ways in which you can score.
Stepping through the double team. Sir Mohammed finds at the baseline. The jumper rattles in for Brady Kaler, another one of the talented freshmen for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously got a lot of weight to put on his frame, but you can see the ball handling ability, the confidence at the three-point line that he is going to be play a big role for this team this year, but certainly into the future.
Shot clock down to 7. Deep three by Justin Pippen. Too strong, and the long rebound, Logan Imes for Notre Dame.
And that was just an empty possession for Cal. I mean, that ball didn't get inside the three-point line. It was just passed along the perimeter, and then you settle for a shot 5 feet behind the three-point line. I think that's a little bit of what they did against Louisville. They need to get into attack mode, get the ball in the paint.
Good ball movement by the Irish, and an open three for Brady Kaler.
I mean, that's just scouting report, right? I mean, not only is it scouting report, but he just hit a shot on the previous possession. You've got to know who you're guarding, make sure that you run them off of there. And now at this end of the floor, if you're Pippen, if you're Ames, you got to find a way to get into the paint, make that defense shift.
4 threes for Notre Dame already. Dai Dai Ames on the drive. Justin Pippen, the floater in the key. Too strong, and the rebound inside, ripped down by Kebajai for the Irish.
Now, the shot didn't fall for Pippen, but that's the look that you want. You know, preferably you do it earlier in the possession.
The layup missed by Braeden Shrewsberry, point blank.
Shrewsberry's missed 2 shots, and I've actually been a little critical of him of settling for 3-pointers too often. He's done a great job attacking the paint, but not able to finish.
And a foul committed by Brady Kaler of Notre Dame. And the first whistle against the freshman. But the ball movement by the Irish, they're playing unselfish ball.
Yeah, I mean, they look like a completely different team from the one that we saw playing against Stanford, not settling for bad shots. Every time a defender comes, they make the extra pass.
Jeremiah Wilkinson at 36 for California in that game. And that score was tied at 61 with 5.5 minutes left in regulation. In the final after 4 overtimes, 112-110 Notre Dame. A trip as Dai Dai Ames went sprawling to the deck, driving into the key.
I'm not sure what the message was from Mark Madsen at that timeout, but really looked like a different possession from them. Again, attacking, getting into the paint. And I think Dai Dai Ames and Justin Pippen are as good as anyone in the ACC at creating their own shot. They just have to make it a point of emphasis to attack and not settle just passing the ball along the perimeter.
Second foul on Brady Kaler. That's the 4th on the Fighting Irish. Dai Dai Ames, Cal's made just 1 of 8 from 3 to start the game. Inside Milos Ilic, the kick, and a corner 3 is way short from Nolan Dorsey, and it's out of bounds to Notre Dame.
And again, that's 2 possessions in which Cal has had really good offense. I like having Milos Ilic set that high screen, roll hard to the basket. He's not a super confident offensive player looking for his own shot, but even if you get the ball in the middle, collapse the defense, and kick it out, now it's a good look. Dorsey just has to step into that shot with a lot more confidence.
Cal just 1 for their last 10 from the floor. Notre Dame has opened up a 9-point lead. Shot clock at 10. Steal, Milos Ilic out top. The big men go one-on-one. And a slam by Milos Ilic, the grad transfer from Loyola of Maryland.
How about Ilic? I just get finished saying he doesn't have a lot of confidence catching the ball in the pick and roll, and here he gets the steal in transition and throws it down.
6'10" in the open floor.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's more comfortable in the open court. He needs to bring it up the floor.
His twin brother playing at Sam Houston, Velko Ilic, has a 3 missed in the corner by Garrett Sundra. Cal runs it down, the freshman Simitri Carr. T.T. Carr from deep, way off of the 3.
I mean, the 3's just, it's so frustrating for a team that has had so much success from behind the arc virtually all season. Now here, a full game and half of the first half in which they are struggling and carrying over defensively. I mean, that's just way too easy for Serta, getting both feet into the paint and a little bit of a floater. No weak side help from Cal. You can't let your struggles at the offensive end carry over to what you're doing at the defensive end.
First points for Serta. But you mentioned the struggles that Cal has in this confident shooting team. They're 25th in the country in 3-point percentage on the season. As a club, they're 39% outside the arc. And the corner jumper, Dai Dai Ames.
Well, that's the luxury that Madsen has, and a guy like Ames, when you are struggling, when you're not getting the offense and shots that you're looking for, he is a guy that can create his own. That was a tough one, falling away on the baseline.
Cole Serta launching from deep, a 3.
Serta was one of the guys that shoot around. One of the walk-ons had a number 5 practice jersey on, and the whole team practiced running him off of the 3-point line. That is the shot Madsen did not want to see.
Irish have made 8 of their last 11, and their largest lead with 9:08 left in the half. A foul on Notre Dame. Mark Madsen, his 3rd season as the Cal head coach, former NBA champion. 9 years in the NBA, played with the Lakers, the Timberwolves, 4 years at Utah Valley, now year 3 in Berkeley.
Yeah, I played against him for 9 years in the NBA, and he was an overachiever. He was a guy that brought his best every single night. And I think lots of times you see the personalities of players carry over into their coaching style, and certainly that is the case with him. And again, that shoot around, like the speech that he gave to his team before, you know, at the end of shoot around, he had me ready to run through a brick wall, had me ready to play again. Mark is certainly one of the best guys in basketball.
John Camden, step back on a 3. Too strong. Milos Ilic trying to keep it alive, but ripped down by Mark Zachary IV. Playing in just his 2nd game with Notre Dame basketball, as he played 10 games for Marcus Freeman in Notre Dame football this season, made 3 starts as a true freshman defensive back. And with the injury to Marcus Burton, as a reverse lay-in, crawls in for Mark Zachary IV.
It's not very often that you have someone play Power 4 football and basketball in the same season. I mean, that's got to be an incredibly short list of players to accomplish that.
And the plan wasn't for him to play basketball at Notre Dame. And one Milos Ilic going inside for Cal. But just finish the story on Zachary. He played AAU with Braeden Shrewsberry and Cole Serta, or rather with Logan Imes and Shrewsberry. So Micah Shrewsberry knew about him.
Yeah.
And then when Marcus Burton went down, he knew he needed some help in the backcourt. Went and brought him off the football team, and Marcus Freeman gave him the go-ahead.
Yeah. I mean, just an incredible story. Something that you definitely don't see very often, but he has given meaningful minutes here in his 2nd game. And on the flip side, Ilic at the free throw line. I think that is going to be a storyline for Cal this season. You know, Rytis Petraitis out with an injury, potentially for an extended period of time. They have great guard play, wing play, but what are they going to do in that front court? Ilic's minutes have really been up and down. It's good to see him having a good start to this game.
Probably the best he has looked in a Cal uniform so far this season.
And we mentioned earlier the offense not really going through Dort very often, although he is very effective when he gets it. This could potentially give them another option.
Cole Serta from deep. And that 3 is off the mark. Lee Dort pulls it down. Here comes Cal. Shot clock inside 10. Chris Bell drives. The kick, open Nolan Dorsey. Short on the 3, and the rebound Garrett Sundra for the Irish.
No, and that's tough. Now you're starting to get the looks that you want, and you can't get them to fall. Bell really assertive there, getting both feet in the paint. Did exactly what you want to do. Just a little bit hesitant on the shot from the perimeter.
Corner 3 short. Serta chases down the miss, gets it inside. It spins out. But a foul on the shot by Jalen Haralson, and he'll go to the foul line. 25-16, Notre Dame. They're looking for their 3rd straight road win.
Not only do you prepare to play without him, but do you change your style?
One of the best point guards in the country. Tomorrow, 14th ranked Alabama hosting Kentucky. We're finally back to full health for Mark Pope as Jalen Haralson misses both, and the rebound grab by Cal. Our coverage begins noon Eastern from Coleman Coliseum on ESPN and the ESPN app. Finally, Mark Pope getting his full allotment of players. Chris Bell off a screen. Missing a 3, and the rebound Garrett Sundra for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you know, the 3s that fell all night earlier in the season, do you change your style, right? Do you continue to attack? At some point, these struggles are really costing them.
Rims out for Braeden Shrewsberry. Cal with the rebound. But the Golden Bears are only 1 for 13 from 3.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously not going to win games shooting at that type of a percentage, but at what point do you slow the percentage of total shots that you take from behind the arc and look to find other ways to score? It is not as though the Bears don't have other options. You know, we mentioned at the top, TT Card, Justin Pippen, Dai Dai Ames, all of those guys have the ability to put it on the floor. But what you are seeing here tonight is kind of a mirror of how they struggled against Louisville in their last game, a game that they really weren't in. And obviously you continue to work on the three-point shooting. You don't want to completely go away from your strengths, but there is a certain point where you have to look to attack the rim more when those shots don't fall.
Cal in the bonus now, the 7th team foul. And Justin Pippen, one more free throw coming. And this will also help Cal. The Golden Bears are 11th in the country, 78% collectively. And as soon as I talked about how well they shoot at the foul line, you get a miss. Spin, Jalen Haralson kept his feet there on the baseline, nearly stumbled over. Way out top is Haralson. Step back, launching a three. That one's off the mark, and Justin Pippen pushes for Cal. Pippen looks to attack. To the basket, well defended by Haralson, creating a turnover, and back the other way. Braeden Shrewsberry for Notre Dame.
That really is a great job by Haralson. He bricked the three-pointer off of the backboard, but didn't hang his head, gets back in transition, and comes up with the big stop. Great maturity by the young player.
On the drive, in the floater on the baseline. No from Shrewsberry. Missed the follow. Lee Dort the rebound.
I mean, he's had 3 really strong moves at the rim. Unable to finish all of them. He gets the offensive rebound. Can't make the putback.
Pippen falling down. 3.
We have said it. 2 guys that can get them shots at any time. Pippen and Ames. It has been ugly offensively for the Bears, but they have found a way to make it just a 5-point deficit.
Notre Dame just 3 of their last 10 by himself underneath. Carson Tout rams it home.
Yeah, I think that Cal is holding their double teams in pick and rolls a little long. You know, as soon as that offensive player comes off the screen and you double team, they take a dribble towards half court. Get out of there. You know, you're not going to get a steal in that situation. You're really stringing out the double teams. You got to get back.
Fumbled out of bounds. Lee Dort tried to make a play before he had it, and Cal with a giveaway.
Yeah, it's not been a night for Cal in which they have gotten easy looks at the basket, and that would have been one for Dort.
First
right
Cal
under the rim.
turnover.
Wow.
Took them 15.5 minutes just about. And now they'll pick up full court. Stanford had some success by speeding up Notre Dame when they got down by 16 on Tuesday. Got into a little bit of a full court press that caused some turnovers and made Notre Dame uncomfortable. And Cal needed to do something to disrupt the Irish.
Yeah, we've talked about Haralson, the freshman, being, you know, kind of the object of the focal point of the opposing team's defenses. And to your point, he has struggled with turnovers, but Cal hasn't really put him in positions for that to be exploited. He's averaging 7 turnovers of the last 2 games.
First foul on Milos Ilic. Haralson had 8 turnovers in that game at Maples Pavilion on Tuesday. Pass deflected, run down near midcourt by Logan Imes. 5 on the shot clock. Imes forced out. Imes into the key. Imes swatted by Milos Ilic, and Cal comes away with it. Chris Bell attacks, bumped, and a foul, and Cal in the bonus will shoot free throws on the other side of a timeout. When you're struggling from the floor, maybe this can get you going. Notre Dame by 7, late half number 1 ACC play in Berkeley.
Look at this play earlier. We talked about in the pick and roll. Dort comes out way too far in the pick and roll defensively. He needs to make the offensive player take one dribble to half court and then get back to his net man. Dai Dai Ames stays for a second. He has to get back to the shooter, and it leaves Tout wide open. All of that because Dort spent too much time in that pick and roll. It's a quick show. Make him take a dribble towards half court and get back. Bad rotations for Cal lead to a wide open dunk for Irish and Tout.
3:54 left first half. Notre Dame by 7. The Irish have led by as many as 12. And Chris Bell a 1-1. He's 2 for 2 at the line tonight. And one more coming for Chris Bell. Chapel Hill at the Dean Dome. Number 16 North Carolina takes on Stanford, followed by number 22 Baylor and Ames against 10th ranked Iowa State. And we close out the triple header with number 5 LSU and number 12 Vanderbilt in Nashville. Great women's triple header for you on Sunday on ESPN and the ESPN app. Carson Tout and 1.
And that's really the same play that we just highlighted. You know, Cal is just sticking with those pick and rolls. And if you are going to pick and roll, you have either got to come really help from that weak side, or you've got to make the rotation quicker. Cal, the second possession in a row, doesn't get there. You see Illich saying kind of where is the help? And just another breakdown defensively from the Bears. You combine that with the struggles they're having from behind the three-point line as Tout, gosh, hits the top of the square on the free throw. But, I mean, this is a Cal team very fortunate to be down only 7 points.
Second foul in Milos Illich. T.T. Carr turns the corner. The kick to Chris Bell. 5 on the shot clock. Bell, tough turnaround jumper.
I like that shot by Bell. It's 6'7". He's not a big guy, only 195 pounds, but he's lanky. He's got size on Shrewsberry. Just kind of does a post up in the lane, shoots over the top of him.
Tough leaner. Sir Muhammad didn't leave himself any room on the baseline trying to lean in for it. And the ball was kicked and will stay at this end, and 20 on the shot clock for Notre Dame.
Yes, Sir Muhammad's playing time, you know, his minutes have really been up and down. He scored 20 points in a game just 3 games ago. The last 2 games only playing about 5 minutes per. Maybe forced something there. Notre Dame fortunate to get the ball back.
T.T. Carr called for a foul off the ball. And the first against the freshman for Cal. That's team foul number 5 against the Golden Bears. With just inside 3 minutes to go until halftime. Notre Dame looking for their first 2-0 ACC start since the 2017-2018 season. Cal trying to bounce back from a disheartening loss in their ACC opener here on Tuesday against 16th ranked Louisville, as the runner wouldn't go, but a foul will put Sir Muhammad at the line for Notre Dame.
And it has not been the storyline of this game. You know, the struggles for Notre Dame offensively. It looked like a completely different team than the one that played against Stanford. But in that game, in their struggles, you're asking kind of who else can help this team offensively? And you have seen Muhammad at times be very effective. You know, whether it's hitting three-point shot, putting his head down and getting to the rim. And you can see 3 plays in a row in which he has been very assertive getting to the rim.
Muhammad just a 50% foul shooter. Notre Dame struggling, limit opportunities to the line tonight. And Mark Madsen frustrated. Lee Dort just saddled with his second foul, forcing Mark Madsen to go deeper into his bench than he probably wants to. And the rebound batted free, and Muhammad got it. Deep 3, Colsert on the reload. Hits the top of the backboard, and John Camden pulls it down for Cal. But in for the first time is Montis Kočinas, transfer from FAU, the sophomore from Lithuania, who's played sparingly for Cal this year. John Camden, left open, hit the side of the backboard on a 3.
Just a great driving kick by Dai Dai Ames to Camden, who's one of your best three-point shooters. I mean, you can't draw up a better play than that. Just the struggles continue for the Bears from behind the arc.
Foul called on Cal off the ball, and it's on Chris Bell. And that will put Notre Dame at the line for a 1-and-1. Braeden Shrewsberry will shoot at 71% for the son of the head coach. And one more coming for Shrewsberry. First made free throw for Notre Dame. And Shrewsberry hits them both. He's got 5. Jalen Haralson leads all scorers in the game. He's got 10 for Notre Dame. 6 each for Justin Pippen and Chris Bell to lead Cal. Here is Bell, and a foul on Shrewsberry, and a 1-and-1 for Chris Bell.
And they are talking back and forth. I like Bell utilizing that size. He's got it. I'm not convinced that was the spot on the floor you want to take that shot from. If you can get a little bit deeper in the post, I like the matchup. I don't think that Cal is getting enough out of their high pick and rolls. The Irish are looking to kind of go to a hard show, and when you do that, you've got 4-on-3 somewhere else on the court. You know, look to make that quick pass. You get a backdoor cut, the spacing a little bit better.
Free throw rattles out for Bell. Second foul on Braeden Shrewsberry. And Notre Dame with the ball up 7. Logan Imes rims out a 3. Haralson couldn't control the follow, and Cal clears it. T.T. Carr. Dai Dai Ames from the corner. Montas Kochenis on the weak side grabs an offensive rebound. And he bangs into Carson Tout. Kochenis had his shot blocked, and Tout pulls it down and screams in elation.
I mean, Kochenis just made up his mind that he was going to take a shot there. He lost his balance. He lost the ball a couple of times. That's where you got to kick it out and make sure you get a better look.
Jalen Haralson weaves his way into the key, spins out, and the rebound tipped out of bounds by Carson Tout. It belongs to Cal with 61 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, I mean, Haralson missed that shot, and he missed another post up a couple of possessions ago. But you can just see the size that he plays with, his ability to back down defenders. You know, unfortunately, he couldn't get those to fall, but that is a unique skill set that is going to require him to be double teamed.
Notre Dame defensively, Austin, they've had to adjust in the absence of Marcus Burton how they're playing. They play a different style, but they seem to be so locked in defensively. They were phenomenal at Stanford. They held the Cardinal the other night to 23% shooting from the floor. Cal is just under 30%. Defensively, what are they doing so well?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we talked to Micah Shrewsberry, he acknowledged, you know, listen, offensively, this could potentially be a little bit of a struggle for us. We are going to take our time and figure it out, but we've got to do it on the defensive end, being more aggressive, as you see them come up with the turnover here. But when in that loss to IU Fort Wayne, they did not bring it defensively. And I think for him, it was a sign of, if we play defense at the level we need to, we can still win. If we don't, we can lose.
Those practices were not fun when they came back from Christmas after losing to Purdue Fort Wayne. And a foul will get Cole Serta to the line for the Irish. And now technicals have been handed out. And the teams need to be separated as you see Micah Shrewsberry come out onto the floor. And same with Mark Madsen to make sure nothing escalates here with 14 seconds left in the half.
And the referee. I mean, Serta kind of sold that foul. It was Elich. As Serta was on the ground, Elich kind of stood over him.
Looked like he gave him a little nudge.
Yeah, not necessarily in an aggressive manner, but he easily could have just stepped back here. Well, I mean, Serta was kind of standing up.
Previous play is under review for
here.
potential dead ball contact technical foul.
There's nothing extra here. I think it's a Cal team that's a little frustrated with the way that they are playing.
So with 14 seconds to go, it appears a technical was handed out. And the call on the floor was a common foul on T.T. Carr
out front, kind of reaching,
and
which knocked him
going
down.
to the line for a 1-and-1. And that's the last guy you want to foul. As Cole Serta has made the most free throws in the country without a miss this year. He's 27 for 27. It's under an official review here with 14 seconds left in the half.
You said they did call a technical.
The technical, I saw a technical was called. Adam Floor, one of the three officials working with Tommy Morrissey and Rick Crawford tonight. And I did see him give the whacking of the tee.
There was nothing extracurricular after the play. Notre Dame will shoot 1-and-1.
So there was no technical, actually. They took it off.
Yeah. I agree with that. I did not see a whole lot there. I mean, Serta had an awkward fall after the contact on the perimeter. Ilitch kind of was standing where he was as Serta fell. Serta went to kind of stand up under Ilitch. I think it's a great call by the officials. I don't think that there was anything there.
And also, good job by both benches to understand the rules, because if you leave the bench, you're automatically gone.
Yep.
And everybody stayed on the Cal bench right near the play. Nobody left the Notre Dame bench except for the coaches, who are allowed to come out to help police the situation, with both Mark Madsen and Micah Shrewsberry doing that. So he's 27 for 27 at the line this year. The most made free throws without a miss in the country. I did it again.
You did. Not only did you say it once, you said it. You said it two times. Once wasn't enough. You double jinxed him.
Dai Dai Ames. T.T. Carr left open. 3. And that was a huge shot for Cal to close out the half, as Notre Dame controlling play, but it's a 4-point game. Thanks.
Field. All 10 of those points came in the first 10 minutes of that half. He went 0 for 3 from that point. You mentioned the struggles both teams have had from the three-point line. Certainly a storyline as well.
And both teams took great care of the basketball.
Yeah, only 3.
A combined 3 turnovers in the first half.
You don't see that very often.
Cal committing among the fewest turnovers per game in the country as Cal attacks, goes inside, and Lee Dort lays it in.
Yeah, and we've mentioned this a couple of times. He just doesn't seem to get the ball in the normal flow of the offense. Not surprising that Coach Madsen calls a play for him to start the second half, and he delivers.
The lay-in miss, but a foul will get Jalen Haralson to the line for Notre Dame. But you look at the numbers in the first half, Austin. Cal shot 17 three-pointers in the first half. They only shot 11 two-point field goals.
Yeah, it's hard. Again, they had so much success at the beginning of the year. 12-2 on the season, and the threes were constantly falling. They continued to go to that at the offensive end. So when you get to a point where you can't make shots, sometimes it's hard to identify what differently you are going to do at the offensive end, and it has been a struggle. I think that they did a better job. Bell getting into the paint, Dai Dai Ames getting into the paint and getting other looks, and those are the adjustments that you have to make when the shots aren't falling.
Second foul on Cal's Chris Bell, and Milos Ilic an early appearance here in the second half. 1 out of 2 for Haralson, leads all scorers in the game with 11 for Notre Dame. Dai Dai Ames has it stripped by Logan Imes. Will stay at this end, a Cal ball, and Jalen Haralson motioning to their bench. They should challenge this, as the coaching staff for Micah Shrewsberry looking at their iPad there to see if they should challenge.
Yeah, that's a tough one, you know, especially because it was not called on the floor, to potentially waste the ability to have a replay later in the game.
Like a wise decision not to challenge it. Cal keeps it alive. Justin Pippen with the tip. Pippen, deep 3. Trying to tie the game. Milos Ilic the offensive rebound. Dai Dai Ames. Ames from the wing. Ties the game with a 3.
And already that is a different type of look than they were getting in the first half. The first half, it was just swing along the perimeter for 25 seconds and hoist up a contested 3. That was Pippen getting into the paint, shifting the defense, kicking it to Ames in rhythm. Great finish, great play by them. as a team.
Cal foul. The Golden Bears have pulled even. The first time they have tied it since it was 7-7.
And we talked about it, but you had a 7-point lead with a chance to make it 9 at the free throw line going into the half. You missed the front end of the 1-on-1. You give up a 3. Instead of it being a 9-point lead, it's 4. That was a huge break there for Cal the way they finished.
Braeden Shrewsberry a 3 for Notre Dame.
Yeah, he is way too good of a shooter to continue his struggles from the 3-point line. And Cal can't continue to test that, leaving Shrewsberry that open. He is a very good 3-point shooter at 45%.
Chris Bell rims out a 3, and a good box out by Carson Tout for the Irish. Boy, last year's game that went 4 overtimes had 14 lead changes, 17 ties. Notre Dame leading by as many as 12 in the first half of this one. Slipping to the bucket, an easy slam, Carson Tout again off that feed, and Cal losing Tout.
Yeah, I mean, if you are going to show that long in a high pick and roll, you have got to completely come across from the weak side and help. I think you've got to make it a quicker show, get back to your man. But either way, it has just allowed Notre Dame to get 3 wide open layups.
Justin Pippen, 3.
Well, the 3-point shots that didn't fall for 3 consecutive halves for the Bears are finally starting to fall.
2 for 5 from deep to start the second half. Crossover, Jalen Haralson gets to the bucket. Rattles in for Haralson.
And that's a big bucket for him because he has gotten the shots that he wants but not been able to get the finishes. We mentioned him playing one-on-one in that low post. If he can get a couple of those to fall, it could force Mark Madsen to double team him when he gets it in the paint.
Step back by Dai Dai Ames for Cal.
A different team, right? I mean, you could just see the energy that they are playing with. Everything now is attacking. Everything is getting at the rim as opposed to along the perimeter.
Step back by Braeden Shrewsberry. And the rebound, Lee Dort boxing out for Cal, and Carson Tout is down, slow to get up. Justin Pippen drives. Double clutches and a foul on Garrett Sundra of Notre Dame will send Pippen to the line. But Carson Tout is claiming he got elbowed in the face, and he wants the officiating crew to review it.
I mean, I understand, you know, frustrated that you got hit and you didn't get the call, and he's going to get the officials to take a look at it.
And this is not a challenge from Notre Dame. This is an initiated review by the officials after the conversation there with Carson Tout, where he feels he got elbowed by Dort.
It didn't look like anything intentional or swung, right?
Review, the officials looking at it, and they have informed us that it did not meet the criteria for a call of flagrant 1 against Cal. And again, that was a official initiated review, not a challenge by Notre Dame, so it does not cost them a timeout. They still have their challenge, but no call warranted on that play. And we will resume action with Cal at the other end of the floor.
So let me ask you this. What triggers the automatic review? Because it was a hit to the face?
That's if the referees determine that it's something that should be looked at, which they clearly did.
Yeah. But none of them called a foul in that moment.
No, but it was brought to their attention.
It was brought to their attention so they can go and look at it. Okay.
Yes.
And I don't think Tout saw it coming, right? And I think it probably, to him, felt like there was a level of it being intentional. But in the review, you can clearly say that it was not. It was just Dort going for a defensive rebound. I think that's the right call, and I think in film it's obvious.
So the call on the floor was the common foul on Garrett Sundra of Notre Dame, his second.
There was no flagrant foul on the previous play.
There's the explanation from Tommy Morrissey. And Braeden Shrewsberry and the Irish coming back out on the floor. Carson Tout right there, who felt that there should have been a call against him. He brought it to the officiating crew's attention. And then Micah Shrewsberry getting the explanation. Same with Mark Madsen at the other end. And free throws for Cal after the common foul on Garrett Sundra. Both teams shooting it well to start the second half. They have picked it up. Neither team shot it great in the first half. Notre Dame 40% in the first half. They're 3 for 4 from the floor in the second half. Cal 32% from the field in the first half. And they're 4 for 7 to start half number 2.
I think the biggest thing that I see offensively for Cal as Pippen knocks down the first free throw is the ball movement, right? They don't seem like they are just standing and holding the basketball in the presence of the Irish's pressure. They're handling it much better, getting it to the middle of the floor. They're getting it opposite. They are shifting that defense, something that you really didn't see them do in the first half at all.
One thing they did get to during the timeout is they corrected a foul call earlier in the half, which they charged to Chris Bell as getting free for 3, Braeden Shrewsberry.
Again, you could just see Mark Madsen so unhappy with Camden on that closeout. He kind of ran right by him. And a shooter in Shrewsberry, you know he's going to go with the pump fake. You have to stay down and run him off of the line.
Dai Dai Ames drives and finishes, banks it in.
And that's just way too easy. Ames just put his head down, went straight to his left, and virtually a straight line drive. Got to find a way at the point of attack to make the defender go sideways. You can't let him get a straight line drive.
Here is Shrewsberry trying to get free. But earlier in the half, a foul was called on Chris Bell. They've changed it. He now has 1. Lee Dort playing with 3 fouls for Cal. Logan Imes missing from deep, and there is Dort on the glass to pull it down for Cal.
Yeah, and the Irish on that play didn't get the ball below the free throw line extended. That was just passed along the perimeter, and then a shot by Imes, as you mentioned, a good 5 feet behind the three-point line. Complete empty possession for the Irish.
Cal looking for their first lead since it was 5-4, and Dai Dai Ames missed terribly in the rebound grab by Notre Dame.
I don't know if that was a heat check after his drive on the last play, but that was nowhere close.
Lost out of bounds by the Irish as Garrett Sundra couldn't handle the pass. Turnover to Cal, 42-41, Notre Dame in the lead. And Lee Dort will sit with the 3 fouls as Milos Ilic coming back for Cal.
Ilic only averages 1.8 points on the season. He's got 5 already. He's been very effective, especially in that high pick and roll.
And John Camden is scoreless for Cal tonight, a guy they need to fill it up. Ilic in the lane and a push. And the first foul on Kebajai of Notre Dame.
Yeah, but I just like that offensively. You know, even if Ilic is a little uncomfortable getting that ball in the paint, right? It just creates an awareness for the defense that they have to kind of take a step towards him, right? A natural instinct. So now you can swing the ball if you're not comfortable scoring, but anytime you can get that movement inside, outside, it's going to shift the defense enough that your looks on the perimeter are incrementally better.
Pippen launching. 3 for Justin Pippen, and Cal takes the lead. Their first since about 2 minutes into the game. 14 for Justin Pippen. On the timer. Jalen Haralson forced out. Brady Kaler moving in. Haralson left open. Missed the 3. Offensive rebound lost by Jai. A foul on Cal. First on Dai Dai Ames.
Yeah, I mean, again, it just looks like a completely different Cal team. You see here Dai Dai Ames coming off of the high pick and roll. He's double team. He throws it back to Pippen. He gets the wide open look. Notre Dame, a bad job closing out to the shooter. And offensively.
And now an offensive foul. Justin Pippen got cleared out by Kebajai. And the second foul on Jai, and Mark Madsen wanting a review.
I mean, you just get the sense that this is a game, the momentum is completely changed in favor of Cal. We look at that screen, and that's a good call. I mean, you cannot step into it that way.
As of now, it doesn't appear they are going to review that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there was anything more other than a moving screen. I think it's, you know, the right call by the officials, but you just get a sense for Notre Dame. They're only down 2, obviously no reason to panic, but you get the sense that the momentum is clearly shifting in Cal's direction.
It may have flipped that late 3 before halftime by the freshman T.T. Carr of Cal. Here is Carr. Chris Bell moves in the lane. Bell, 8 for Chris Bell, and the largest lead of the night for Cal.
And it's kind of a demeanor thing, right? It's a mindset that you are seeing completely different from the one that Cal started the game with.
Deflected by Justin Pippen, stays with Notre Dame. As Sir Muhammad coming back for the Irish, and Jalen Haralson going out. He got off to a hot start.
Yeah.
Did you see Cal adjust defensively?
Well, they didn't panic, right? I'm surprised that we haven't seen them go to a little bit of a double team. I think Mark Madsen sticking with the game plan, guarding him one-on-one, and making other guys, making him beat you, and he has certainly had his struggles. But, you know, this is the point in the game where you miss Marcus Burton. You know, he is the guy that in this moment where things start going sideways, you rely on your veteran to make sure that you get good looks. And this is something that Shrewsberry's team is going to have to identify in this moment. Who do we go to?
And Marcus Burton, a career-high 43 in the win against Cal last year. And going inside, Sir Muhammad for the Irish. He played against his dad, Nazir Muhammad.
Yeah, he was a great role player for a long time in the NBA. Very effective player.
18 years in the NBA.
Was it 18? Wow.
With 8 teams, played at Kentucky. Yeah. As a foul called against Notre Dame.
Strong. And strong in the post. If you were out of position, odds were not going in your favor against Nazi.
Third on Brady Kaler. 2-point Cal lead inside. 12.5 minutes to go with Austin Crozier and our ESPN crew. ACC basketball from Berkeley and a 2-point lead. Cal looking to gain a split here at home to start conference play, while Notre Dame in search of their first 2-0 ACC start in 8 years. Here's Milos Ilic down low. Spins. Ilic just got it off before the shot clock, and the rebound, Logan Imes for Notre Dame. Imes, who did a phenomenal job defensively along with Braeden Shrewsberry against Stanford. And they slowed down one of the top scorers in the country, Ebuka Okori. But Okori went nuts tonight for Stanford as they knocked off number 16 Louisville, who won big here at Cal on Tuesday. Out of bounds, last touch by California. It belongs to Notre Dame. 4 on the shot clock. Tight game, 2-point lead. Cal and Notre Dame leading scorer.
Yeah, I think Caleb Wilson is the one that's, you know, it's so impressive to me. I think Boozer came in with incredibly high expectations, and he has certainly met them.
Chris Bell launching on the reload. 3!
And Ilic was knocked down on the other side of the floor. 4 on 5. Really a missed opportunity by Notre Dame defensively to run Bell off of the line with the extra defender.
10-2 run, and Cal enjoying their largest lead. Too strong by Brady Kaler. And the rebound, Justin Pippen. Bell again. Transition 3, in and out. And the rebound, Brady Kaler for the Irish. Sir Muhammad trying to go inside. And it's kicked by Cal, will stay at this end. And Micah Shrewsberry making wholesale changes here.
Not surprising. That was a lineup on the floor for Notre Dame that probably does not play big minutes on the year. When you are down and you're sensing that the momentum is changing, you want to get your starters back on the floor.
Cole Serta fouled, will get to the line.
Great just attack there by Serta. I don't know if Ames thought he could stay on his hip, but never really did a good job getting in front of him. Serta, strong move. Great job getting to the foul line.
2 shots for Serta. You send the Venom my way again after he missed in the first half.
He's got to start a new streak now.
Perfect. First one. Saturday's ACC Network Men's Hoops doubleheader. Virginia Tech travels to Wake Forest. Start us off at noon Eastern in Winston-Salem, and then Boston College at Georgia Tech at 2. Great afternoon of basketball on ACC Network tomorrow. And on the ESPN app as well. And Wake Forest won the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Carson Towd off the steal ahead. Braeden Shrewsberry glides and misses the layup, and Milos Ilic pulls it down for Cal.
What a missed opportunity for the Irish. Ames just gave them the basketball, and they can't finish. But at the other end, Camden continues his struggles from the three-point line. I mean, this is a guy that was on fire for the first 14 games of the season, and in the last 2, he can't buy a basket.
That's the second layup missed by Braeden Shrewsberry today.
I think he's got more than that. Again, he's had so many good looks right at the rim, but he has got to be kicking himself for the number of short ones he has not been able to come up with.
Here is John Camden. Shot clock down to 5 for Cal. Dai Dai Ames, the crossover, the quick burst into the key, and challenged by Carson Towd, but then T.T. Carr knocked it away. Last touch by Notre Dame.
And T.T. Carr with the hustle play, the 3 before the half to turn the tide. He is sticking with every play, and a great job here. It's just one of those pesky guards that is always trying to keep the ball alive. And those are the possessions that can make big differences.
Freshman from the Bay Area, wasn't all that highly recruited. Finished up at Redwood High School in Marin County. He's not necessarily considered a hotbed for basketball talent. Step back, Dai Dai Ames in the corner. 14 for Ames.
Yeah, he mentioned that with Carr, sticking with that play, getting the turnover. That essentially ended up getting Cal 2 points they otherwise wouldn't have had.
Cole Serta, too strong on the 3. Kept alive, Carson Towd diving for it. And a tie-up, the arrow stays with Notre Dame. And the possession arrow belongs to the Irish with 9:41 to go. And Cal has matched their largest lead of the night. For Notre Dame, how can they get Jalen Haralson more involved in the offense?
You know, I don't think that Cal is really taking away his biggest threat, which is that post-up. You know, they haven't really made the decision to go to the double team. He has gotten good looks out of it. I'd continue to take advantage of his size and get him in the post.
Braeden Shrewsberry from the corner, a 3. 14 for Braeden Shrewsberry.
And if you're Dai Dai Ames, you've got to know who you're guarding. You can't forget he's had his struggles tonight, but he is always a threat, and Ames just didn't have his hands up to contest.
4-3, John Camden launches, and Camden, his first points of the night.
You can see the entire building feel the relief come off of Camden to finally get one to fall.
Averages 14.5 a game and a 42% three-point shooter. But he struggled in the first couple of conference games against Louisville and now Notre Dame tonight. Cole Serta on the drive and then missed at the rim, but the hustle. Carson Towd that throws it away. Nolan Dorsey brings it up for Cal. Camden from deep. And short on the 3, and Carson Towd the rebound up top.
How about that heat check? You go 0 for 8, you make 1, and you take one from 10 feet behind the line. Doesn't take much to get your confidence back, does it?
You know better than anybody. Shoot or shoot.
There you go.
And a foul called on Cal off the ball. It's the 3rd on Dai Dai Ames. Team foul number 5 on California. 8.5 minutes to go. It's that mentality, right? You take a shot.
Yeah, you got to have it. You know, you're a shooter. You always feel like the next one's going to fall. He was open.
Dick Kuchin, former Notre Dame assistant, head coach at Cal. There's one player that comes to mind also that played at both Notre Dame and Cal. Remember the name Matt Beazert? Played at Cal and Notre Dame in the mid to late 80s.
Okay.
started Notre Dame, finished at Cal. Braeden Shrewsberry gets free for three. He is feeling it. He is heating up for the Irish.
And that play was completely set up by Haralson, and the pressure that he puts on the defense. He turned that corner, he drew an extra defender and threw it back to Shrewsberry. One of the better looks that he has had all night.
2-point game. T.T. Carr from deep. Answers for California.
Just love the confidence that Carr plays with on both ends of the floor. His second big three of the night.
Cal is 6 for 13 from three since halftime. A team that's used to knocking down threes, they're doing it now.
Yeah, and I was critical of them in the first half with a lot of the threes that they were taking, but they looked completely different. You know, now the ball is moving from one side of the floor to the other. They're, you know, getting the defense on their heels. They're getting the. They have made a huge point all game of the three-point shooting for Cal. Their struggles in the first half, 6 of 13 in the second half. Here, Justin Pippen knocks down one. Bell knocks down another. And then Camden, who has had his struggles, knocks down his first of the night. And T.T. Carr, he got the one at the end of the first half, knocks down another, and it has been a completely different offensive effort from Mark Matson's team in the second half.
5-point California lead. Notre Dame led by as many as 12 in the first half. Braeden Shrewsberry from the top. Short on the three. Carson Tout on the offensive glass. In the last sequence, Lee Dort for Cal, by the way, picked up his 4th foul. And we're inside 7.5 minutes to play. Pass deflected. Dai Dai Ames comes away with it. The lob for Chris Bell finishes.
And what a play at the other end by Dai Dai Ames, deflecting that ball. Pippen runs in transition. Bell runs with him, and a perfectly executed lob. And this building is as loud as it has been tonight.
Spinning, darting to the basket, and Jalen Haralson will go to the line for the Irish.
And again, this is set up by the deflection by Justin Pippen. Ames picks it up, gets it back to Pippen, and Bell with the lob. Just a great play in transition. Two players, just a little bit of eye contact. So Bell knew that the lob was coming and perfectly thrown by Pippen.
One more for Haralson. 14 for the freshman. And he hits both free throws, much needed for the Irish.
I think we made a big deal about the pressure defensively that the Irish showed in the first half, but that was primarily in the half court as Bell goes up for another one, comes short. They've got to get back to putting that type of a pressure on Cal, making them feel their bodies a little bit.
And a whistle away from the ball, and a push called on John Camden of Cal, and Notre Dame in the bonus, a 1-and-1 for the Irish. First on Camden, and here is Cole Serta at the line. 7 points for Serta off the bench.
Slowly restarting his streak.
He'll get one more. Tomorrow, 14th ranked Alabama takes on Kentucky. Wildcats finally full roster for Mark Pope. Our coverage begins noon Eastern from Coleman Coliseum on ESPN and the ESPN app. Sophomore guard for Bama, Aaron Philon, averaging over 21 a game. A fun matchup in SEC country tomorrow. At the rim, Milos Ilić with a season-high 7 points.
Yeah, and he has been so effective in that pick and roll. I mean, he is a big, wide body, and sometimes bigs like to kind of half set that screen and slip. He actually puts his body on the defender, and a great adjustment there by Cal. We talked about how often they got strung out in the first half in that high pick and roll. Great job by Ilić with a quick show getting back to his man. The rotation stayed a little bit longer until he got back. Great adjustment by the Bears.
Braeden Shrewsberry spots up in and out of the three. Carson Tout, the offensive rebound and put back. He is so active underneath.
Yeah, he really is. And that was a huge storyline in their last game against Stanford and how they were able to win that game, out-rebounding them by 12. It wasn't really a factor in the first half of this game. Cal has done a good job, but now Tout with his second offensive rebound in the last 5 possessions.
Led the country in rebounding last year in Northern Arizona as Dai Dai Ames slithers in along the baseline.
I mean, every time the Irish have come up with a big play, there has been a response by Cal.
Attacking the basket, and a foul called with just over 5.5 minutes to go. And if that's Elich, that's his 4th. Cal Biggs in foul trouble. That's the 4th on Milos Elich. And Lee Dort on the bench. He's got 4 as well, getting set to return, though, at the table now for Mark Madsen.
And it's a great play there by Haralson. You know, he's very aware of his size and his ability to beat smaller defenders off of the dribble, then lower that shoulder, create the contact, and get to the rim.
I mentioned it earlier. There's the Cal foul trouble, by the way. But I mentioned it earlier. The impressive game he had at Stanford. The most eye-popping number to me for Haralson, he drew 9 fouls in the game against the Cardinals.
And he's very comfortable posting up, but when you post up, it becomes easy for a team defensively to double team, get the ball out of your hands. But when you are just kind of lining a guy up one-on-one, you can turn the corner, drop that shoulder, create the foul. It's very difficult to guard for a player that uses that contact.
Chris Bell missing from the corner. The rebound, Logan Imes for the Irish. Moving in. And the errant pass behind Braeden Shrewsberry, and Notre Dame with a giveaway.
Yeah, and that was really after Notre Dame had a really good defensive effort on one end of the floor. They got the stop. Now they come down and really just an empty possession of their own, throwing the basketball away. If Notre Dame is going to continue to get these stops, they've got to turn it into something at the other end.
Turnovers have been few and far between tonight. That's just the 7th for the Irish. Cal's committed only 3. Shot clock at 5. Dai Dai Ames on a step back. Missing the 3 and the rebound. A good box out by the Irish, and Braeden Shrewsberry grabs it. Here comes Jalen Haralson. Open 3. Cole Serta buries it for Notre Dame.
And that is the first wide open look Serta has had tonight, and all set up by Haralson, going full speed ahead into the paint. Again, collapses the defense. Serta, great job trailing the play for the open 3.
Transition, Serta, you can't leave a shooter that open. Each with 4 fouls, and nobody for Notre Dame really in foul difficulty other than Brady Kaler, who's got 3. Approaching 4 minutes to play. John Camden spinning back middle. And the rebound grab, and then Cole Serta lost it, and it's picked up by Shrewsberry for the Irish.
And that's the shot that you like for Camden. He took a smaller defender into the paint, no help came, and just a 5-foot shot he couldn't get to fall.
Serta goes baseline. Picked up. Kebajai underneath, left it short, and the rebound pulled down. Lee Dort for Cal.
And Notre Dame returns the favor by missing a shot right at the rim. Neither team able to finish, even though they got good looks on consecutive plays.
Justin Pippen way off on the 3. And it's saving it, John Camden, but right to Logan Imes, and Notre Dame controls. Imes penetrates. Cole Serta open. 3! Notre Dame has the lead.
And you love the effort by Camden. But that gave the Irish a 5-on-4 break. Slow in the rotations. And you just gave up a wide open 3.
Here's Dort down low. And he's fouled trying to step through the double team.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot there.
6th team foul. Cal not in the bonus.
Just a great play there by the Irish in transition. Very fortunate to get the one-man advantage, but Serta has hit a number of big shots. And that one there cuts it, or gives Notre Dame, the lead by 2.
3rd foul on Keba Jai. Dorsey left open. Can't get the roll, and the rebound grab by the Irish is Nolan Dorsey missing from deep.
And 2 plays from Cal that kind of went back to passing the ball along the perimeter and checking up contested threes.
Jalen Haralson way out high. Logan Imes sets up. Missed the 3, and the rebound, the 10th, grabbed by Lee Dort tonight. Cal's gone scoreless for about 3.5 minutes now.
Yeah, and another play, the ball did not go below the free throw line extended. That was just beyond the 3-point line, didn't get any depth, didn't get it side to side in a contested shot.
Down low to Dort, backs in to Carson Tout. Dort, the jump hook, too strong. Carson Tout the rebound for the Irish. 7 straight points for Notre Dame. Cal scoreless for 4 minutes. They've missed their last 6 shots from the field. Cole Serta spins, tough shot, rims off, and the rebound. Tout hustling for Notre Dame, gets a timeout before falling out of bounds.
And Tout, the guy who averaged 15, and he does his role perfectly. We saw it in a high fashion in their win over Stanford. We've seen him come up with a number of key plays, but in a game in which you have a 2-point lead with 1:27, every possession counts, and he earned his team an extra one.
Jalen Haralson. Straight on 3, missed by Braeden Shrewsberry, and the rebound Cal.
If I'm Ames, either a high pick and roll or an isolation, try and turn that corner, get something going to the basket. Everything's on the perimeter. They got to turn this corner, get something at the rim.
Dai Dai Ames. Step back, long 2. Heel of the rim, no. And the rebound grab by Jalen Haralson for the Irish. And a foul is called on Nolan Dorsey, and that will send Haralson to the line for Notre Dame.
Not a whole lot there by Dorsey in a game in which we have had a good amount of physical play. For the officials to call that there, I didn't see a whole lot. It easily could have been play on, but it will send the freshman to the line with an opportunity to make it a 2-possession game.
And the double bonus now, Notre Dame. 2 shots.
That's a big miss. Even if he makes this, you're down to 1 possession. Notre Dame has 8 of the last 10 rebounds in this game. They are all over it. We mentioned Shrewsberry's team has got to find ways to win games ugly. They did that against Stanford, and doing it here, climbing back into the game and taking the lead.
And their free throw struggles, although it rolls in for Haralson, who is now 5 for 10 at the line in the ball game. It's still just a 1-possession game. But just 11 for 20 Notre Dame. They left a lot of points at the line. John Camden missing a 3. Lee Dort the offensive rebound. Pippen got some space. Short on the 3, and the rebound Logan Imes for the Irish.
They're gonna have to
and they foul Serta, the last guy they want to put at the line.
And you didn't have to foul right away, right? Like, I mean, you could have gone for a steal in the backcourt. You could have gone for something quick. And to your point, you really fouled the wrong person.
Foul was on John Camden, his 2nd.
And he misses. Camden, 27 in a row coming into the game. He has missed 2 in a row. He did a great job of making himself available to get the basketball, knowing that a foul was coming. He knocks down the second, making it a 4-point game. If you are Cal, this does not have to be a three-pointer. Do not just take a quick shot that's contested. Make sure you get a good look.
Chris Bell drives. Off balance runner by Bell. 2-point game. Timeout Cal.
All right, now if you're Cal, you're down 2.
9-2 run. And have the ball up 2 with 19.4. And the Cal shooting went cold at the wrong time. Sir Muhammad can run the baseline. Has trouble getting it in. Gets a timeout before a 5-second call.
Yeah, great awareness. Coach Shrewsberry told, I am sure, Muhammad, hey, we've got a timeout. Keep a countdown in your head of where you're at. Call it whenever you get close.
Notre Dame, their first 2-0 start in ACC play in 8 years. Full court pressure, and Sir Muhammad will throw it in for the Irish. They trap Shrewsberry in the backcourt, and a foul is called as he stepped through. And 2 shots for Braeden Shrewsberry at the other end of the floor.
And Cal was not trying to foul there. And it's almost like sometimes when you're the offensive team, you're Shrewsberry, you catch that ball and you kind of tuck it in and try to protect it, assuming that a foul is coming. But that's not what the Bears were doing. But on the trap, they allowed room for Shrewsberry to kind of split through the middle of it, and he ended up drawing the foul.
2 for Braeden Shrewsberry. It's 2 for 2 at the line tonight. And the first one rattles in. This is a big one, makes it a 2-possession game with 16.5 seconds to play. Got it.
Make or miss for Cal, it still does not have to be a 3-point shot. You can't take a ton of time off of the clock, but you still have to make sure that you get a good one. Ames with the ball in his hands.
Steps into a 3. Ames got it. 1-point game. No timeouts for Cal.
Same strategy here. If you are the Bears, you don't have to foul on this inbounds. You're going for the steal.
And they trap and foul Shrewsberry in the corner with 9.9 remaining. Third on TT Carr.
So now Mark Matson's going to have a play that he is telling his team, even if Shrewsberry makes both of these free throws, you are only down 3. Every team at the end of practice spends time going through late game situations. You need a 2, you need a 3, 10 seconds on the clock. What play do you run up?
Without a timeout.
Without a timeout. So they, again, that's why you practice them as often as you do.
Got the first one. 20 for Shrewsberry.
There will probably be some sort of a long pass, and the counter to that would be if Shrewsberry makes this, puts him up 3, do they foul with the long pass getting in, not giving the Bears an opportunity to hit a 3?
Here comes Ames. Ames weaves his way, gets a shot off and hit it. Count it! A chance for 4!
Unbelievable. Micah Shrewsberry was imploring his defender to give the foul, but it was not done.
Now they changed the call. They're waving it off. No made 3, and Mark Madsen is losing his mind right now. Initially, they had called it, count the basket. They have changed the call with 5.5 seconds.
Mark Madsen has every right to be losing his mind. How is that foul called? The official's arms went
now
up in the air.
Now they've changed it again. They reverse the reversal. Count the bucket in a tie game.
What is happening? Now Shrewsberry is losing his mind. On the play, Shrewsberry was imploring his defender to give the foul. That was the intention coming out of the timeout that we are going to give a foul. We're not going to let them hit the three. It was not given immediately. It was delayed, and then Ames was able to get into the shooting motion.
For the lead, Dai Dai Ames. Cal's up one. Notre Dame has a timeout. Logan Imes, who was called for the foul, will play it in. Here comes Jalen Haralson. Gets into the front court. Timeout Irish. 2.4. I'm still trying to process what we saw.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that in a late game situation, but we look at the foul. The foul is called there. The three, the official's arm goes up. The foul was... I just think that the defender tried to give a foul. He didn't get the immediate call. He motioned to give another one. And just a tap on the arm, the call by the officials. If you are going to give that foul, you have to make sure that you give it long before the offensive player gets into his shooting motion.
This review is to make sure the clock is correct.
Yes.
2.4 right now showing the last timeout for Notre Dame. But in terms of that last sequence, now the continuation is new in college basketball this year. They brought it back into the game. And the continuation there. The three was initially ruled a 3+1 for Dai Dai Ames. Then, after the officials got together, they waved it off. Talked one more time, and then reversed the reversal to give the made bucket to Dai Dai Ames and the and one free throw and the 4-point play, giving Cal the lead.
Yeah, and I don't even know what to say about that. We will talk about it more. But that said, Notre Dame has a chance to win the game here with 2.6 seconds left in the game, making sure that they get a good look. This is more than enough time for a player to come off a down screen, catch it, give it a one dribble and a pull-up jump shot. Shrewsberry, as poorly as that play was handled, not fouling the three-point shooter. Here's an opportunity to win the game.
Lob comes into Carson Tout. Plays it up top. Shrewsberry off balance. California's hung on and won. Shrewsberry got a look. And a wild sequence over in the corner of the court.